What up, everybody? It's Kofi J here, back with another mix tutorial. Today I'm mixing Joshua Brockington's new song. He recently got a lot of attention online for the song. He did a cover of 1,000 Miles in a black style. So he did it live and people were loving it. I was one of those people. I was like, hey, yo, Josh snapped on this. It was dope. And he recorded it and he asked for me to help him mix it. So I have the honor of helping to make it a real record. I've already imported everything into the template and we're going to go from there. The first 5-10 minutes of this is probably just going to be organization, understanding what the tracks are, making sure the tempo is right, making sure everything's on the right bus, the way I like things organized before even getting started. So for me, if you look at my template, I got lead vocals up here. This is the all lead vocal bus. Then I have the different lead vocal A, B, and then ad libs A, and then backgrounds A, B, and C, and so forth, and all backgrounds bus. And then I got my drums and my bass, tonal instruments, instruments that have pitch, basically, is what I call tonal instruments, and then FX bus, which is just like your swooshes and your downers and your special effects. And all of that goes through an instrumental bus. And then basically my final two buses are the instrumental and the acapella bus. And then those go to the output bus. Now that we've understood my template a little bit, let's go ahead and dive into these stems. I'm going to take the ending of this, bring it here. Let's see what Josh has.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing I'm staring blankly ahead, just making a way down through the tonight. Yeah, yeah, just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's times like these when I think of you. It's you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know that I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Hey, yeah. I need you. I miss you.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fire. So you came to the right place, Josh. We're going to make this dope. Let me organize these vocals because I'm trying to make sense of them. This seems like it's the lead vocal. I'm cool with that. I want the lead vocal by itself on its own bus.
Pass me by.
Cool. And then let's see what this is.
I need you. I miss you.
Hearing that like as an ad lib probably. So let's put this on the ad lib track, ad lib bus. All right. And these two, what are these two? Okay, definitely backgrounds. What I don't like is when backgrounds overlap on the same bus because most of the time I put a compressor on the bus, and if the compressor is being compressed by both things at the same time, becomes a mess. Usually one gets buried. So I like to put things that are doing the same thing on one bus, but if they're doing something at a different timing, then I like to put it on a separate bus. So So right now I'm basically looking at the timing. So if they don't overlap, then I'm good to go. These overlap with this one. It might be okay if they line up, like the first one starts and then the second one does the exact same timing, then it's fine. So let's see. Yeah, that's all good. Did go on one bus. Now let's check this one out. So yeah, again, all the same timing. Some have extra notes, but that's not gonna really bother anything. Okay, those all go perfectly together. Let's take this one, move it down here. Looks like it belongs with these. I think these all lined up right. Yeah, so I only really need 2 buses. So all of these go together on one bus. And then I can take, well, these don't play it. Do they play at the same time? Yes, they do. Okay. So yeah, I definitely have to move this one over. Let's move it to this other bus. All right, let's play this bus and see what we got. Okay, looks like one note was holding really long, and these definitely overlap what was said and the other one. So I'm gonna have hidden buses here. So I hid background C and background D. So if you press this H right here, they'll unhide them. If you deselect all those H's. So we got background C now showing. New logic, man. So let's go ahead and drop these down to background C. I'm looking at these waveforms. These look like they match up a little better. These 2 tracks. So I like to put the ones that are exactly the same next to each other. Doesn't look like there's anything on this track, so I might have to ask him about that. Sometimes things get messed up when you're exporting. Yeah, there's nothing on that track. Nothing on that track. Let me mute them just so I know to remind myself to tell him that these tracks came up empty. And I think there was another track I saw empty in the instrumental. Yep, the last track, record. Okay, I think everything is bus properly now. Let me check this bus one more time.
Don't forget me.
I think it'll be fine. There's one long sustained note. Okay, so yeah, that I feel like that'll get drowned out by what we have going on here in the full mix. So let's put it separately so it doesn't get drowned out. This is the only one I heard doing that. Let's put it on an ad lib track. I think it might be cool. Let me make sure no other tracks are doing that same note. Yeah, I think we're good on vocals. They're arranged properly. So now, just by looking at these, I can tell they're mono tracks. If they were stereo, they would have 2 sets of waves if one is zoomed in, one on the left side and one on the right side, or top or bottom, whatever, however you want to think of it. Since they're mono tracks, I'm going to go ahead and put them on my pre-panned background tracks. So So you got these four right here. I'm gonna drag them down to background left, right, background B. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing for these up here. How many tracks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As long as it's an even number, I think I have enough tracks. No. Okay, so I need to duplicate this track, I need 2 more tracks. I need 6 for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and name it differently just so I don't get confused. Drag these down. Now they're all panned properly. They all have auto-tune on the bus as well, but I'm gonna set all the auto-tunes at once. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. 4 on it right here, 2 here. So since that's like that, I'd rather look at it. These two are the same. These two aren't quite the same. What's going on here? Maybe he did 3. No, he still did 4s on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these two look exactly the same. So I'm gonna put them next to each other. And so I can leave this one to be the center pan, since like it's by itself. There's no other track like it. And then these will be the left, right, looking like the same waveform. So for that, I can drag those 5 tracks right now. Let's turn this tracker back on. Center, left, right. Okay, and then we still have these 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks to deal with. But these 2 are empty. So let's just gain them up just to make sure. No waves, no small tiny waveforms. Okay, nothing there, so I'm gonna mute these tracks as well. Just worry about these 2, so I only need 2 more tracks to make over here and over here. Let's go ahead and number them appropriately. Wait, this is 3. Okay, so this, I'm gonna have the number 6, 7, 8, and 9. 6 left, 6 right. And that was, what, these 2? And then these 2 are muted. This little circle, I think it tells you it's muted. Yep. Center, left, right, left, right, left, right. Dope. So I think everything is panned correctly. Now let's just check all the buses to make sure they sound good. Lead vocal should just be lead by itself. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this track, my track, and then delete these extras.
And we head just making way down through the crowd.
Okay, so we're gonna have an issue with that as well. Okay, I think I'm gonna use AdLib B then. So I have 2 AdLib buses because I really don't want them to overlap. Okay, so I'm not sure if we're going to keep them filtered or not. We'll see. But that's just my default track for ad-libs is the filter one, and then the left and right aren't filtered. All right, so those seem to be fine. Now let's look at background A. All right, cool. So that's great. It's good to go. Wait, did I do the whole thing or not? I don't think I did. All right, cool. That sounds great. Now, this bus. I wonder if this is the match for that lone one. Where was it? Is it the ad lib? No, it's a different part of the song. Okay. What? Okay, this just doesn't have a left right match, which is cool. Not everything has to. So let's go ahead and move this to the center track. Looks like it just happens here and here where it's different. We'll turn that track back on and we're good. The rest of this can go. Let's go ahead and condense this to as small as can be so we can move around quickly. If you press Option M, it turns the tracks off. Control H will hide the tracks, which is not. You can always bring them back by hitting this H up here. And then we're going to do the same thing for these extra tracks. Control H, delete that one. I'm hiding the tracks that I made for my template. I'm deleting the tracks that were imported that aren't. Okay, these are muted. I want to tell them about it, so I'm leaving them there. Same thing with these because there's no information on those tracks. Go ahead and move it to the pre-panned tracks. Delete these. Looks like drums is just one loop. Crate digger. Or you condensed it to one. Okay, and then there's a lot of basses. Let's just make sure these are all basses. So these are either doubles of the same tracks or they're layers. So I'll check them out when we go through them. So for right now, I'm just going to line up what seems to be the same and what seems to be different. These two, if they're exactly the same, then I'll just delete one of each. But if they're different and they're layers, then I'll keep them. Okay, piano. I would almost consider that a bass too. We'll see. Yeah, this is definitely strings. It's really chords too. I'm gonna put on a different track. This is my melodies track, so this is I'm gonna put on my chords track. The way I have my outputs, my exports set up, I have chords 1 and 3 going together and chords 2 and 4 going together, exporting the same. So I'm gonna put 1 and 3 as my strings, and 2 is the piano, 4 is nothing right now. And then this melody 1, let's see what this is. Oh yeah, we already did that. It's basically a bass. But yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now let's hide everything else. Delete that one. Hide all of these. There's one effects track, but it's empty. This one I have a feeling was an accident. We'll see. All right. Got everything organized, got all the tracks. So now the next step for me that I like to take is just to get everything balanced pretty well. And then let's do some balancing. Let's start with the basses because I have to check and see if the basses are the same. Clearly layers, they are not the same. So let's go ahead and label them. This is the sub. This is layer. Again, sub. Is this the same sound though? If it is, I'm just gonna drag it up here. Nope. Okay, that's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be tough to deal with. I think what I'll do is switch to this when we get to this section. Basically, I'll do this. I have to run it by him though, because that's a production change. Pretty significant one too, and he seems like he really wants this to turn out really well in the way he envisions it. So I will definitely have to run that one by him as well. Okay, I have to run that by him, but it's gonna be really muddy in the bottom on the bass notes if we don't do that. It could sound terrible. All right, now let's balance out all the tracks, starting with.
Yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, it's gonna be impossible without the piano. Let's put the piano in here. I'm cool with these subs; they sound fine together right now. When I put it at 0, there it has the balance that he had, so I'm cool with that. If he was cool with it and I'm cool with it, then we should just leave the balance the same. All right, here we go.
I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you.
So for me, the piano's a little loud.
You know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, same thing with the basses; they're very loud compared to the vocals.
You know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, now I do feel the sub is a little loud.
No, I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see. You know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see. You know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I'm staring blankly ahead, just making a way down through the yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight.
I'm actually gonna put it on the bass as another bass track because it just is another bass track, and I'll also call it a layer. Let's say maybe digital layer or saw layer or something. I don't know. Okay, let's start without that.
1,000 miles if I could just tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's times like these when I think of you, and I wonder if you think of me. I just wanna let you know I don't wanna let you go. I don't wanna let this go. Don't forget me, don't forget me, don't forget me. Don't forget me. Don't forget me. I don't wanna let this go. Don't forget me, don't forget me, don't forget me.
All right, let's see what these drums are talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's times like these when I think of you, and I wonder if you think of me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, getting somewhere. This one just has stuff at the end.
Let you know I don't wanna. I just wanna let you know I don't wanna let you go. I don't wanna let this go. Don't. I just wanna let you know I don't wanna let you go. I don't wanna let this go. Don't forget. I don't wanna let you go. I don't wanna let this go. I just wanna let you know I don't wanna let you go. I don't wanna let this go. Don't forget me, don't forget me, don't forget me.
All right, you can just take off the extra space because it's easier to find where things are happening when you clear off a lot of that excess space. But if you do it before the tempo is locked in, it could be a problem. Trust me, done it millions of times on Logic.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm home. I'm staring blankly ahead,
That's a little louder than I expected it to be.
faces passing, I'm home. I'm staring blankly.
Okay, maybe that's why. I think it might have been this bus I was listening to. Nope, it was not. Okay. Not hearing that one at all.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm home. I'm staring blankly ahead, just making a way down through the. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing. 'cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's times like these when I think of you, and I wonder if you think of me. 'Cause everything is wrong and I don't belong, living in your precious memories. 'Cause I need you and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know that I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to see you tonight. Hey, yeah. I need you. I miss you. Don't walk away from me. I just wanna let you know I don't wanna let this go. I don't wanna let you go. Don't forget me. I just wanna let you know I don't wanna let you go. I don't wanna let this go. Don't forget me, don't forget me, don't forget me.
Okay, so yes, while I was listening to Balance, I was go ahead and clearing out a lot of this empty space. There's faster ways to do this, but I just like to do it in big blocks. And every once in a while, you'll see me do the Control X version, which is this, and you can adjust the threshold and do it all at one. But sometimes I have issues with that, with being able to undo it. So I don't like to use this unless I duplicate. I make an extra track alternative before I do it. I just didn't feel like doing all that. Cool. Almost there. I think the only thing I'm going to do tonight, it's already pretty late, is I'm going to. I don't want to do that late. I was going to tune the lead vocals, but I want to be fresh when I do that. I think all the rest of the backgrounds are done so well that I could probably just use auto tune on them and they'll sound fantastic. I think I'm actually at a great stopping point. His rhythms are really tight for the backgrounds too, so I don't have to do any vocal line or revoice those things. I think really all I have to do is just tune the lead vocals a little bit tighter and then put the perfect amount of auto tune on the backgrounds and make sure all the harmonies sound really tight and dope together. They already kind of do, so it should be pretty easy to do. And we'll do that tomorrow. Hopefully take less than an hour to get through all those vocal edits and then really start diving into the mix. So yeah, come back tomorrow and do it. Peace.